Okay, let's test the audio that it is working okay, and then we can get going. Okay, let's test the audio. Okay, that seems to work. Give me just a moment. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, hello everyone. Let's get going. Let's start with, well, I created the video today for S&P 500. So again, just to recap here on local time frame, the idea was that we had a three-wave coming down, and the expectation is that we are going to get another three-wave here until it takes out the 1.618 here, where I'm still going to be remaining somewhat bullish. There is of course a bearish option, a bullish option, where this is again ABC into W, three ways up and then three ways down, creating a WXY here. The bearish option is that this turns into a diagonal, where on both scenarios I would be expecting a move up in here. So this is my area of interest at the moment, and I was expecting one more low here as per the video that I created today. Let's take a closer look here. So we're right at there. So I'm looking to enter this on a very small time frame, and we already have a divergence here. So I'll take a small long here. And yeah, invalidation is not very clear. We don't really want it to see go too much past the 1.618, so I'll just leave it somewhere here. 41, 41, 43. So let's take a look. Let me check out my chart here. Could be one more low, so I'll just give it a bit room here. And then I would be expecting some kind of move up. But yeah, that's S&P 500. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. So as we were talking on Discord, again, Discord is free if you're willing to join it, or if you're wanting to join it, it's still free. There's of course Patreon channel and the Udemy channel there as well, but the main one is still free. The idea here locally was we were talking about having this as possible expanding diagonal. That is still a possibility. There is definitely a possibility for that. We'll see how that turns out. We could have this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then we would be looking for a move up. Again, no divergence here, at least on 1 hour time frame. We removed this divergence here completely. It is not the best thing if we want to be bullish. Obviously taking out this low here, 27.1 1.5 is very crucial, because locally again, let's see, what did I have here? There was a count in any case that we had this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both scenarios. If we take out this low and then this low again, it means that whatever we had here is completed. And the issue is that, for me at least, is that I don't think this is a B and then C, because again this B wave here would be so much larger. We go so well beyond the 1.618 retracement here that it just doesn't make too much sense. The look of the right look is not there. If we are just zooming out here and looking at this structure, I just don't like this being an ABC. It goes against the extensions that I have. So ETH, yeah, I'm going to go do ETH. Other altcoins, not really, unless they are from Patreon. But yeah, following on that Bitcoin, yeah, it's very choppy at the moment. If you don't want to be having this as a diagonal, like I don't, the other option is looking for some kind of move like this. I don't really like the idea here of having this as a diagonal. That's why I was looking at this as a WXY first, and then I was thinking, how can we have this? How can we have this 1, 2? Because this definitely is impulsive here. We have a very large gap here that is unfilled, and again at that point again I would think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 here. Of course I have not updated these, but yeah, this was the idea. Now on 30-minute time frame we still have those divergences, which is good. So if we manage to label this into some kind of diagonal node, no overlap between 1 and 4, so a bit questionable, to be honest. But yeah, that would be the way to look at it. If we want to look at the extensions here, 1-to-1 was hit. So again, one of the main targets here. Looks like we are getting a very nice reaction from here. So we might need to be looking at this and some potential long setups here soon. If we take out this whole consolidation, that is again a bullish sign on a very small time frame, very local time frame. Let's see if there is any kind of well, there is some kind of possibility where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of like this to be wave 4 here and then push up one more high, giving us that divergence here, and then we can look for downwards movement and then up again. Again, this is very small time frame. Well, on 5-second time frame here. Yeah, okay, so we took out that high. We are still currently having that divergence here. So if we are starting to turn now down, we can be looking for longs somewhere in here. But if this continues up, then that's not good. Very slight divergence here anymore. I wonder if I'm going to need to monitor this whole thing during this live stream, because these are definitely the areas of potential reversal. We'll see how this turns out. It looks like we are trying to push up higher on any smaller than the 5-second time frame. We're not seeing any divergence as of yet, so there's still momentum to the upside locally. What else did we have? Well, we can take a look at some of the other indices, for example, while we're waiting. Dow Jones. Look at the macro here for a bit. Because the idea that we had previously, okay, now it goes up. We are losing momentum here on 5 seconds. This looks like a very, very distinguished V-cut here. I'll just set an alarm here at around the 38.2 retracements. If we come back there, then we could be looking for longs. It just might not be ever getting there, but yeah, we'll see. And I'll add another alert on top here. So it could just do this. S&P 500, what is it doing? It was reacting to that area that we were talking about where I was looking for that long. We have that small divergence here, looking for a move up. And of course the more clearance is up at these highs. I'll just set alarms here on both. So we'll take a look at those. But yeah, Dow Jones, let's take a look at this. So macro time frame again, we had from January 2022, we had some kind of move downwards. Again, on other indices, this could be labeled as a triple zigzag, WXYZ, which is again a very rare pattern. But again, that fits in here. So there's no denying that. Since then, again, this is one of the only indices that has taken out, I think, this high here on August 2022. Let's check out the Russell as well. I don't think it has been that bullish. August, no. It was kind of close here, but I didn't ever take it. But yeah, we had a potential very impulsive move up in here into these highs. Again, depends where you want to be labeling this fifth wave. Is it this top here on 14th of December or the 1st of December? Doesn't really overall matter. Then a three-way pullback into 50% or the 618. And this definitely has the potential of creating some kind of move upwards. Again, we were looking into this previously as well, and the idea is still the same. Now, I think we were looking at it somewhere around in here, but now that we have moved up quite impulsively, it looks to be a good area to revisit this idea. So, depending on how you want to be viewing this, is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, three-way pullback, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Because I can't really set this into a diagonal like we can on S&P 500. On S&P 500, we have the possibility of having this as an expanding diagonal. We can't have it here because we have just 3 waves. However, the next structure here looks very impulsive, 1, 2, 3, 4, and potential 5. So there is a chance that we have 1, 2, some kind of 3, 4, 5 already completed, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's not very pretty here at all. So I'm not going to be looking for shorts on this one. Again, this is the most bullish that we have an indice. S&P 500 for sure is more looking like a 3-wave. Here, if we are comparing the extensions, let's look at this intermediate structure here, we are getting to the 1.618. So again, that makes it way more bullish than the S&P 500. So yeah, that's that. If we take out these previous lows here, because I think these are some other way for consolidation areas, if we take out these, then I think we are coming down a bit more to correct this whole thing. And where we would be looking for interesting areas is again the 0.5 and the golden pocket. Let's get rid of that. Let's actually just use this one here. Some consolidation here, volume profile showing just above the golden pocket. Some consolidation at the 0.5, so again, those would be the interesting levels for me. Value area low just below the golden pocket as well. So yeah, 32 600-ish and 32 900-ish are the areas for me that I would be interested in. I'll just set an alarm here, 33 or below these previous lows here, which I might be starting to be interested in this. Again, higher time frame, bias on Dow Jones is that we are going to go higher. On S&P 500, it's not that clear. We could have that scenario as well playing out, or we would have, let's see, the triangle playing out still. This is still a possibility. If we are looking at the other possibility that we had was the, where can I have it? This one, where we have this as a three-way structure coming up, most likely in three ways, WXY somehow. On the Dow, it would be more like a 1, 2, or A, B, C, where this C would be way more bullish. As you can see here, we have already went so far up that if this indeed is the low here locally, for even the B wave, the C wave is expected to go way higher. So 1 to 1 would be beyond the all-time highs, 37.7. But yeah, of course we need to be looking into this as well, something like this. But that is just a projection at this point. What else did we have? Just a moment so I can get the ones here. Let's go through the regular ones that I'll go through first, and then I'll get back to the ones MDG if you're still here on the stream. So Tesla, obviously a pretty decent dump coming up here. So there should be an alert here for sure. Areas of interest. 1 to 1, 1.236. 1.236 is right around the golden pocket here. $145. In my opinion, that is very good. On higher time frame, Tesla, in my opinion, looks very decent. I think this looks very much more like a impulse wave than a triple correction. So that's why I do like the idea of this being a wave A at least. 1, 2, and then up. If the Dow Jones, for example, or S&P 500 is coming down a bit, this would fit the idea of the WXY count better on S&P 500, where we would be coming down a bit and then one more high. But in this scenario again, this might be kind of more than I would ask of S&P 500. This is kind of a lot, so I'm not quite sure if I want to be believing in this. But again, the charts are just showing me this at least. Smaller time frame again, I was expecting this high to be broken first. I think KG on Discord mentioned that there was a potential triangle in here, and now it looks like it is definitely a possibility. We had some kind of contracting here on RSI as well, and to me this looks very decent. I was expecting one more high to create a structure like that. We never got that, and this would have been the area of interest for sure if I had seen that option as well. But yeah, the structure coming from the wave X highs to me looks like in 5 waves. So A, B and C is the expectation here. Minus scale. And let's take a look at the projected extension targets here, which would be the 1 to 1. We have hit the minimum already. We have some ideal areas of interest here, which would be the areas for me to be very much more bullish in that scenario to get into a long 159 to 155. If that does not hold, or I don't see a reaction there, we could be looking at the golden pocket. You can see where the multiple fibs are meeting. So I like this area here, and I like this area here. So yeah, those are the areas I'm interested in. Alert, of course, at below here, because I think we might be consolidating before we are taking the last dump here. This is probably the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 1 here, and then we'd be looking for 3, 4, 5. Kind of weird looking structure here, but sometimes you just don't get the perfect ones. We hit the 1.618 here, which is a good thing. So this means that we can start the consolidation for wave 4. Don't really like the substructure here on the third, but maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe not the best look, but yeah, that's that. So maybe the third is already in. Looking for potential wave 4. Again, trying to get an alteration for this one. This looks more like a simple zigzag or some kind of structure like that in 3 waves. So here on 4th, I would be expecting something like that more to happen, and then 5th wave. Let's take a look at the maximum we want this to come down to, or come up to, 0.5. So this is, again, this fits into the previous idea that this was the wave 4 consolidation of that third wave. So that is that color. Get rid of these. So wave 4 somewhere in here. And of course here locally we could be, if we are pivoting here, we don't want to go beyond the 200%. So anywhere between 170 and 174 is the area of interest for me, for more shorts, I guess. I'm from Finland. But yeah, that is the idea. One more low here on Tesla, a bit larger, comparable to this wave 1 here. And if we are pivoting again from the 132, we have a couple of areas of interest. 1 to 1 here. That is not perfect, but we'll see. Let's see. 1 to 1, kind of close to the higher time frame target. 160, 161 to 154. Yeah, this area here. We'll just leave that as is. We probably are going to be getting a alert here once we rate the previous lows. There's certainly going to be liquidity down here for the bulls that were late to the party. So again, if we want to be bullish, that is the area of interest for me. Second area here. This would require some kind of extension to the 5th wave, as we did not actually have a 5th wave extension, or sorry, a 3rd wave extension here at least yet. It could be that we are getting an extension of 5th, where we are coming back down into the 2.618 here somewhere. Again, 145 area. It looks good in my opinion. I just have an alert here. We'll take a look at it later, how it turns out. Check out Netflix. Wowee. I mean, there is a chance that this is a bullish formation. However, trying to get these to label properly is kind of weird. 1.618 is here, but we never got a really good wave 4 and 5. We just got this. Of course, it is possible that this is a wave 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's just not really good information about that in my opinion. Not the best setup for sure in my opinion. So I'm not going to be tracking this for now. This structure came down in 5 in my opinion. We had this was some earnings week, scam week here going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 up, 3 down, 5 up. So creating a potential 1, 2. The structure afterwards is just horrible though. I don't know how to count this. This looks more like a 3-wave structure. So yeah, I'm just going to sit out on Netflix for now until it clears up. Meta. So this was the previous count that we were looking at, possible 5-way move up into possible wave 1 here. I was looking for one more high. There's a chance that we have already completed that in here. The issue with this kind of structure here is that it is very overlapping. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, probably a 3 here, Is this another 3? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. I mean, some of the diagonals here that we are presented with is very odd. Like, although I can clearly see that wave 3 here is the largest, in diagonals we should be seeing a other way around where 1 is the largest. Let's take a look at Bitcoin for now. Okay, it is still pumping up higher. Okay, now we are seeing some kind of divergence, at least here on 15 second. Nothing on 30 second, not in 1 minute. But yeah, this was a key area for sure. This is just still so weird to me. Let's add some other alerts here. I'll add another one here. If we break structure to the downside, I want to be knowing that. And if we break this up in here, what do we have? Meta. So yeah, I might be interested in short possibilities here. But again, as this is a diagonal, it's not the best opportunities. Also, there's no divergence here on 15 minutes. On 1 hourly only, there is divergence. Yeah, not on smaller time frames. But yeah, this might be something to keep in mind. Maybe raid the liquidity from one of these tops before rocketing downwards. Again, that would be the idea here, if this indeed is done. Here we had a very funky looking move up. There is a chance that wave 4 was in here, but RSI is suggesting otherwise, so that's why I have it here as running flat. Then this overlapping mess into this diagonal. I'll just set an alert here, maybe at the 38.2. If we come up there, we might be starting to look for more downside. Then we had Bitcoin ETH. Let's take a look at ETH. See what time is it. Okay, got still plenty of time. ETH macro was the request. Well, let's get rid of all this. So my preference here, same with Bitcoin, has been that we have had this as a three-way structure into the June 2022. Since then, again, you can count this as a ABC or WXY, whichever you want. The extensions are there for both. It just doesn't matter. It's so close to one-to-one. It's a three-way structure. I don't see any reason to label this in fives in any case. Then after that point again, we have the bullish option here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a possibility into an A wave. Again, this is the preference until we get an extension that hits the 1.618, which would be here, the 3K basically. If not, then we're still going to be labeling this as an ABC until that happens. Again, there's other way of looking at this as a bear scenario, ABC into W, 3 ways pullback into X, and then 3 ways up. There is a divergence here, which is not typical for WXYs. So keep that in mind if you want to be this bearish, but there is of course a bullish option here. Now, being that bullish option, we have already taken out these highs. We came down really low for this B wave. So again, we were kind of close to the one-to-one extension here. We did not hit it here when we came up, and I'm not quite sure if I like the structure going up anymore. This is kind of impulsive to the downside at the moment. So I feel like this is more likely to be a start of something to the downside. I'm completely not sure what this is, because this structure here, in my opinion, looks best as a 3. However, the structures here, in my opinion, looks like more like a 5. Of course, a structure, something like this, could be a possibility. But at that point, again, this would not be an ABC, but instead a W that I have not even labeled in. But that is definitely a possibility. So again, we did not tag the one-to-one, which was the main target for the bear account. But again, some kind of WXY here would fit. we have impulsive characteristics here in the wave structures, but again, they're not extremely extended. We don't tag the 2-to-1 extension here. If we had tagged that, again, less probabilities. Even with the 1.618 here, the probabilities are with the more bullish count. That's why we were looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, rather than having this as a structure like this or structure like that. But yeah, that's one way of looking at this. Let's label this in here for the bull count. Let's check out the local structures here. ETH is a bit better than Bitcoin, in my opinion. This is somewhat more clear, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of ugly diagonal, but sometimes they just are like that. And then wave 2, 1, 2, massive 3, 4, and 5. And then there is a chance that we are going to be getting one more fourth wave here. That was the expectation that I had. This is kind of funky, this structure even here. But again, if we are just looking at the overall wave structures, we have the lowest low here. We have the divergence here, but we have not completed all the structures. So wave 4 is not done yet, and wave 5 here is not done yet. At least that's the idea here. This wave 4 is expected to pivot before the 2023 area. But I think this previous wave 4 has some liquidity that it might want to take before we turn down. At the moment, it looks like to me that we have a 3 wave here, a 3 wave here, and now we'd be looking for another 3 waves up. And that would be in this color. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Check out the extension here for the third wave. 2-to-1 extension. Not the main target for any scenario, but yeah. But yeah, I feel like this being 3, 3, and then 3 here would be the idea. If you go beyond the 2-to-1 extension here, which happens to be also the 0.5 retracement of that third wave here, then I feel like there is a chance that we are doing something else here, which is more bullish, or at least some kind of consolidation here that would get a partner leg for this lower. But that is not the main idea here. To me, I'm not thinking that this wave 4 is done yet. So where are we going to be looking for some kind of reversal? We'll see later on, because to me this looks like a 3 wave. This is the correction for this structure, and now we have only created a wave 1 or some kind of first structure here. So I'm expecting something like that. I would think that we need to get to the at least to the 1.236 here. I'll just say an alarm there and another alarm here. So if during the live stream we're going to go through these levels, we're just going to get an alert. But yeah, that's ETH. I hope that answered your question. Macro outlook, yeah. Macro and especially micro here. I mean, sorry, I don't take requests now. I'm only taking the requests from Patreon as I've got limited time today. Let's take a look at what else. Solana. I got a few cryptos here. Might fit your thing, but maybe not. Very similar here on Solana. Daily time frame, again, macro idea that this is the first of something, then we are correcting lower into something else, into potential wave 2. This is not the best thing to see, as we can label it like this, a 5 wave. So kind of questionable. Because if it is a 5-wave move, we would be looking for a retracement and then another 5-wave. That is a very deep retracement. Of course, these are levels, just just levels, nothing else. Again, log scale, remember that. All the way from $260 to $9. 96% drop. Yeah. That is some macro for you. ABC, in my option, we had to actually, we have two options here locally. Let's see, should I show you these? Yeah, what the hell? Just because I showed the Patreon yesterday about these. But yeah, I have two scenarios here on smaller time frame. Both are somewhat bullish. I do like this being a start or something. And then we would have a 3-wave structure here, coming down into potential wave B, and then looking for C wave. In that scenario, we would have to have this as a 1-2, 1-2. This is the more bullish option. I don't really like this too much. If we break the golden pocket around $21, then the probability shifts to the other option. Let's get rid of these, which is this one, in which again we are still having this as an A wave, but instead of this being any kind of bullish option, this would be an ABC or WXY, however you want to be labeling it, and look for that C wave here. Complete that B wave, rate the liquidity here, extension targets, 1-to-1 is the main one, right below this area here. And I mean, there are some areas of interest here, 1.618 here, and 1-to-1 has this area of consolidation here, or just the low of it. Retracements here, actually we are on log scale. Oops. Actually we're on log scale, let's see. 1-to-1, not the best to be honest, yeah. 1-to-1 right at the golden pocket, so yeah. But there is some support here for sure. That's why we pivoted here as well. So as we pivoted here, it created liquidity down here, and that is the main target. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that we have for Solana here. Smaller time frame, the expectation is a 5-wave move. Here, at least on this scenario. For the wave 2 or more bullish possibility, we want to hold this 0.618. If we are looking at ETH and the expectation that we have there, there is less probability for this one, I think. For this to survive, I feel like this is so fast to correct this here. Let's see the time, because we generally want to see at least the 23.6 hit in time. Yeah, it's not even hit. So for Solana, if we want to be still having this bullish option, this would be very nice to see. Hit this area here, which would be the wave 1 to the downside, and invalidate that idea. So creating a 3-wave here, getting past the $24 area, and then dump in 3 waves and not take out this low. But yeah, that would be the idea here. Let's go to the next one. Let's see, what do I have time? Okay, still got plenty of time left. ADA. That is the wrong chart. I have not updated that. Maybe it's here. ADA, this one. So again, one of the ideas having this as a potential forward move, ABC, WXY or ABC up, and then this is very similar to some of the other ones where we are targeting the previous liquidity lows here at 10th of March. Very similar to that. So you can start to see what kind of picture the altcoins are currently making. If this indeed plays out, liquidity taken here, a massive opportunity for upside. Of course, there is a chance here for short setups also. I'm on ADA short already, but yeah, manage your risk. But yeah, there's not really much to say about ADA. A lot of the altcoins are showing you this setup where we come down in more of a three-way structure here, in my opinion. Looks a bit better. Three-way down, three-way up. ADA was one of the only ones that actually took out the high here with such force. But yeah, it's still definitely a possibility. And now, yeah, targets down here somewhere. Let's fix these targets. Somewhere around here. 1.382 would be right around the A lows. Let's take a look at the retracement here. Somehow these fibs are just lining up. Golden pocket, similar, well, exactly the same as we had here. That's why we were bullish in this area here. Golden pocket after a three-way move, after a possible five-way move here. Three back, off we go. Yeah. There's a primary macro account on Bitcoin. We were talking about Bitcoin earlier. But macro count is still the same. It has not changed. It's this. Log scale is a bit better. We don't need to be going that deep, but this is the macro count. Depending, of course, whether X is down or not, it changes everything. All the targets are changing. But to me, I'm still favoring this. We have favored it since here. I don't. There were so many people in here, or all through here, that were saying that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't think that, because again, the extensions are not there. My primary is ABC coming down, some kind of three-way up, and then again move downwards. That's the same thing is with the indices as well. So again, this is going to be taking quite a long time, through probably to next year's summer or something, or at least the early next year. We'll see how that turns out. Of course, I could be just completely wrong. I don't remember, I don't trade any of these counts. Any of these counts I don't trade. I trade the opportunities that some of these structures are giving me. Again, I don't marry myself into a count. I just trade the setups that some of these counts give me. So I don't need to be worrying about all the counts, whether they're going to be turning out right or not. So I don't really care about that. But just a clarification, I guess, for some people who might not get how I trade. We did go through ADA, so then Phantom, FTM. I was just looking at that as well. Again, macro picture, we came down very fast. There is a chance that this is indeed some kind of five-way move here. So it's a bit scary. Do I think this is a potential five wave, or sorry, a fourth wave? I mean, it is possible. We have not taken out, we have not broken the RSI cycle, but I kind of like the idea that we have just some kind of three-way coming down, similar to the other things like ADA and ETH and Bitcoin, for example. But yeah, this structure here looks kind of impulsive. So that's why I'm kind of worried about Phantom, because we are still holding up the previous area of interest here that we had on the 2021. So this consolidation area. If we are going to be taking that another nosedive on Bitcoin later on, or now, or whenever it's going to happen, this is definitely going to go down as well. Some of the altcoins are not showing you this kind of setup where we have a potential ABC as an expanded flat. Some of the altcoins are giving better look with this one, where this is more like a fire wave as a start or something. So Phantom is not one of those. Phantom gives us the possibility of having this as a ABC, and then some kind of fire wave here. So that would mean that this would be a connector wave connecting this previous structure to the next. And where do we have the next support? Well, it's probably somewhere here. 4 cents, 5 cents. I probably don't have the full data back on this chart. Let's take a look at the FTM USDT. Maybe this one. Yeah. 5 to 1 cent area. Oof. Yikes. That is pretty down, pretty much horrible move down. But if you're looking at, without looking at price or anything, how beautiful of a structure would this be? It would be very beautiful. But let's take a look at the smaller time frames so we can actually look for a potential trade setup. In my opinion, again, this comes down in 3. There is a chance that this move here was a fire wave, like I've labeled. And now we notice the exact same thing that we've had on ADA, we have had on Solana, where we had a 3, 3, and what are we looking for that? Or after that, well, a 5. A, B, C. That's the expectation here. And yeah, that would be bringing us to wave B here. A, B, C. Again, main target is to rate these lows on wave A, under wave A. Locally, let's take a look. I think this might be highest high. Yeah, it is. If we want to utilize that, let's see, what do we have here? Actually, this might be a triangle in here. This might be in here actually. Have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of scuffed. End of triangle is not overlapping with 1. We'll let it pass. So if we have this as the start, only option is diagonal here, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, looking for 4 and 5. Exact same as we had on the ETH, was it? Yeah, I think so. We had a 3-way coming up, 3 ways coming down, and now we'd be looking for 3 ways up. Look at some of the targets here for wave 4. This box here, 38.2. I'll just set an alarm there, or just below that. Actually, let's get rid of log here. So it's possible to rate these highs again. Liquidity lies here for the late shorters. Yeah, I did cover ETH already, so you can just scroll back with the video. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more low. That's my expectation here. Before a continuation, or sorry, a correction here of this move. 3 ways and dump. That is the main idea here now. What else did we have? We had one more, I think. No, that was it. That was those. Then next we're going to go to the Patreon requests. We didn't have many this week. Atom. Yeah, this was the coin, one of those coins that had this kind of weird very weird, unrecognizable structure in here at the start of June 2022. Really weird. I'm not going to touch that at all. Now what it seems to me, price wise, is a triangle here. However, RSI is not agreeing with that. So let's dive in a bit deeper. I don't think I can say that this is a fire wave. This has to be some kind of 3, then 3 waves down. I think I've done this somewhere. Where did I have it? Is it in this chart? Atom. I'm sure I've done this somewhere. Yeah, it is there. There we go. Now that looks better. Okay, so potential 3 wave start. So again, from the very lows, that is not a good thing to see. If we want to be bullish at least. Then 3 waves down, and then potential 5 waves up in here. There is a chance that we are going to be creating some kind of WXY here, which is again more bullish overall. At this point again, if we have a 5 wave here, 3 wave pullback, I've labeled this in 3 waves. Let's see closer, what does it look like? Yeah. I mean, it can be labeled in 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of scuffed, so that's why I probably had it in 3 waves. 3 here, 3 up, and then maybe 3 down. This kind of looks like 5 though. We do have that divergence here as well. This is so weird looking though. Is this a ABC, like so? Tin, tin, tin. Not really liking this one too much. Yeah, the cycle is still intact from here. So I think that would be the idea. 1-to-1 would be actually raiding these lows, which would not be a good thing. I think we would need to get this bullish, because this is way less bullish than some of the other altcoins, where this has not even taken out the previous high here. Or not even close to it. Because some of them had more like this. Like ADA, I think it was more like this, giving us way more space to come down to fulfill this kind of structure. But Atom here is not the best one. It's not the best one. For shorts, locally, let's take a look at that. Because there is definitely a possibility for that as well. Not the best either. Can't say that I'm too much of a fan. We have to label it like that. 1, 2. Yeah. You would have to have a truncation here. The extensions are not there either, right? Well, we just got to the 1.6 minutes here. Ooh, this is very close here. If this is a wave 4 of the smaller degree, which would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we have to have a truncated fifth here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really like this. I would never be trading this when there are other alts. I just did a scam today. Loads more better ones than this one. Yeah, it just doesn't have room for the wave 4 to retrace back before hitting S. So again, at that point we would have either some kind of diagonal in here, or this would be a 3-way structure that is not a, well, it's not motive to the downside, so not the best, not the best. Let's take a look at the rest. Disney. think I had it down here somewhere, Disney. Yeah, this was kind of weird. The extended hours it's giving us that week, and regular hours not. I'm still not sure which one I should be using. This definitely has a chance of having this bullish, where this would be a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5, all the divergences you want in here, and then we would have a structure coming down. Now the issue here is that there's not very good looking three wave. This looked very nice as a three wave in my opinion, and this looked a very nice potential going up. We retraced almost to the golden pocket here. We're not quite there. Got a impulsive move upside before going through this. This was where I was looking, or did take along and lost it here. But again, this came down quite deep. This for me looks like a fire wave. However, what is it part of? I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking that this whole thing was a fire wave on its own here. 1 2 3 4 5, up 3, 1 2 3 4 5. The issue that I have here is with my extensions is that we did not hit the 0.618. Now I labeled this as a diagonal here, as it looks like a diagonal, but now it does not really fit too well. Well, actually, 1 2 3 4 5. Well, we have to be labeling this as a wave 1 if we want to be bullish. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Oof, this is really bad looking in my opinion. I mean, there is no invalidation on this. Wave 1 would be the extended structure. 3 would be just, oh, it is very short. Just hitting 1 to 1. Wave 4, 5. Or 5 in here. Yeah, something like that. Came down. Let's see that on smaller time frame. In 3, I think it is in 3. Yeah, RSI cycle ends here. This was did we raid the highs here? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. So 3, 3, and then looking for 3 wave here. So I feel like we might look for one more low here, where we're going to be looking for this as a 3-wave structure as well. Why a 3-wave is just because, again, this did not retrace 90% of this first move here. Let's change this color to micro. Look for the golden pocket and 0.5. 0.5 is hitting very well here, $96 and $95 for the other extensions. So again, 2 good extension targets. I think this is a WXY, looking for something like that. This would be micro as well. And there we go. Depending, of course, if we go higher than this one, we need to re-look into these extensions. But I think I'll just set an alarm here below these lows. And once, and if we take out those, we can be looking for long setups here. Again, it's not the best, I have to say, this fire wave that we've had. But again, the previous structure here looked kind of fire wave-ish. We had the divergences, but I'm sure there is a way. Actually, I just see the way here, how we can label this in 3 as well, having this as some kind of 3 like so. It's not even bad looking. Largest consolidation right in the middle. Yeah, 1.236 right at the top. But if you want to be bullish, this is the way to look at it. That's Disney. FSLR. FSLR, I did not touch that, I don't think. Yeah. I was looking at this as the potential diagonal here for that 5th. But this is very, I mean, trying to go long here is like, do you want to be long in tops? I'm not quite sure if you do, because we have all the divergences here already. So there might be some moves left for sure. But I'm not quite sure if this is good to do. There's a chance that instead of wave 3 being here, this would be just a wave 1. And then we would have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Because again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Low RSI here. I think I might need to be changing that count completely though. But that is so bullish though. That is so bullish. I think I discussed about that as well. Wave 2 here, higher high, or higher low here. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 divergence there. 4, or probably even one more low here. For the wave 4 here, I would think so. To create an alteration for this one, as we did not take out the high here. We did take out it here. So this would probably be the area of interest. I'll set an alarm here, 199.3. But yeah, this is super bullish. Like, I just don't want to be playing this kind of thing. Because look at this, how I've labeled this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now we are at the start of wave 3s. I mean, that is going to go to the moon. But would you have believed that in here? I don't know. I'm not quite sure if I would have. Also, there's a chance that, because this is the lowest on RSI here, maybe there is a chance that this is just a 1, 2 here, 1, 2. Getting rid of one of the degrees here. At least making it a bit less bullish. Maybe that's the play. But the trend is obviously up. This is a good way to look for pullbacks to buy. I'll just set another alert here actually at the 1-to-1 as well. Sometimes these are creating running flats here if they are super bullish, and then they get to take off. But yeah, FSLR that. SBUX. Starbucks, okay. I have not looked at Starbucks at all. Let's see, what's the time? Got something else to do in half an hour. Let's try to see if we can find this quick. Again, we can't talk about RSI in here. It's obviously low here. Let's go to log scale here. Ooh. Okay, 81% down. So I think that is an obvious 1-2 of something if you want to be bullish. Let's see, 07, 06 to 09. And this took 92 to 06, so 14 years. So this is probably a super cycle 1-2. These are probably 4s and 5s here, based on the RSI. I'm not taking out the origin here yet. Okay, Bitcoin is doing something. Oh crap, I used the wrong one here. Okay, it's coming down now a bit. It was kind of impulsive here. There was some news event that could have just brought the price up. This kind of makes me think that I might be wanting to long quite high here. What is the ETH doing? What is ETH doing? Kind of like the ETH charts a bit better at the moment. So yeah, this expectation would be still the same here. A bit lower and pump up higher. Bitcoin has created a new low, so it's kind of scuffed here, this chart. $38.2 maybe. Not too much confluence here. Would be massive extension if it came down, back down here. Maybe I'll just add an alert here around 38.2. Let's get rid of log here. I'm not going to be looking for buys unless we hit the 38.2. But this definitely seems like it is very impulsive. What was ETH like? It was impulsive as well. But ETH was looking for, yeah, for the last leg though. Yeah. So back to this one here. Starbucks. Check the log scale here. So 1, 2, obvious. This could be 3s and 4s. So probably 1s and 2s here. Is this the highest high already? I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But it's not probably that. It's probably not that. This is wave 4. Or was it wave 4 of? That looks like a 1, 2 there. Cycle. Probably another 1, 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Yeah, now it looks like exactly like the other stocks where we have the debate of do we have this as the start of a fifth, or is this the fifth? Obviously, if we are looking at arithmetic scale, we can see that this is already a massive extension. My opinion, it looks very decent as is, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of some sort here. So I kind of like the idea of this being done. But what would this mean is that we are going to be creating a massive wave 4. And based on the indices that we have, or the structures that I have on indices, this would be kind of decent looking. An alteration to this way too. The question is this going to be large enough? It's going to be large enough, I'm not quite sure. 45%, that is decent. 49%. Yeah, I feel like that might be decent. These were very shallow, these ones here. Very large in time. No, I don't like that. Yeah. Wave 4. Yeah, I kind of like that. Wave 3 in here. And now we would be in nowadays price action. Oof. What do we have here? Very overlapping structures. I think we might want to be labeling this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, maybe. That's the first thing that pops up. 1-to-1 hit. RSI cycle is still to the downside now, as we have corrected this whole thing. We have divergences here, which would indicate that this is some kind of potential motive weight to the downside. Just thinking, what on earth is this mess here? Maybe some kind of diagonal. That's the only thing that I can get there. This high here rating all the liquidity from previous highs makes sense, and then we turn down. A massive downturn here. 1.618 here, hit. So this probably has to be the 3rd, 4th and 5th here. Again, gap here, filled. I kind of like the idea of this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is already an ABC, there is a chance that it is a B wave of a cycle here. If we get a phi wave from it, then there is definitely a chance. Oh wow. Is that just a diagonal here? Or we could have it from here. Into these lows here. But is that truncated? No, it's not. Okay, so that works pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the potential here. These are the targets. This would be the risk to reward ratio here. And probably even these highs here. At least these lows. 12.8. This just might be worth looking for sure. It kind of looks like it could be finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-way pullback. It's not even close to the 1-to-1 though. This probably has to be some kind of diagonal in here if you want to be labeling it in impulsive manner. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. No divergence here though. Might get an extension here of it, if this even is a phi wave. It's very ugly looking here on small time frame here. Check out S&P 500. What is it doing? It's basically doing nothing. We got up in 3 waves now, so there's probably a 1 more low coming up at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Maybe it was actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's definitely a possibility there. I just said I have alert below it, yeah. But this is interesting, this Starbucks for sure. This might be a very long hold, but it requires us to come up. At least somewhat, before I would be ready to enter it. There's overlap, divergence here now. I set an alarm here, pre-38.2, and another alarm, let's say one of these lows here, if it just keeps dumping. But yeah, this is looking very nice. Starbucks. Oh yeah, it's already 4:30. I need to be going at 5 already. Let's see, we had something more here. Mara, I had a chart for that already, so that's fine. Looking for one more low here. Sorry, one more wave 4 here. There's a chance that this was a structure like that as well. I don't know how or what kind of structure this is, to be honest. Not pretty. But this is basically the last area we want Mara to pivot from. Again, the issue here is that we did not even tag the 1.618 with the third wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One could say that wave 4 here, this is a smaller time frame, which again, this would turn up later. That's still valid, very much valid. This wave 4 though is getting kinda into the maximum territories. This is the area where we might want to be looking for longs actually, based on this. And the invalidations for these ideas would be below these lows, but again, there's a chance that we are just going to do a wick just below this, because there's a lot of stop losses here for sure. Liquidity rate that and then go up. This is not very clear what this is. This kind of looks like 5 here. We have a divergence here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extended fun. Oof. Really ugly. What does the extension say here? Minimum extension, just barely 0.618. But there is a chance for this one. I mean, this is pretty. Phi wave, however, it can be part of this as well as the C wave and not needing to be a wave 1. That's how we fail. I'll be interested in looking into this in here at 0.5. If we miss it, we miss it. Then we had BLK be okay. BlackRock. Yeah. There was a chance that this was a three-way pullback, and then look for upside to create a pattern like for this one. I did not really like it since this came down so much. It came all the way below these lows. And if this indeed is an A, B, C, it's really ugly already. Maybe it's a, how did I have it? Yeah, there we go. So maybe it is an ABC like that. That way we could utilize this as 3, some kind of 3 here. But this again looks like more like a 5, right? We have that divergence here as well. I think that's why I prefer the ABC here over the ABC here. Yeah, it's not really the best. Not really impulsive here either. If we wanted to have similar structure to this here, it's not really likely since we are just creating very slow movement here. Of course, we could have this as some kind of diagonal here, and then we just moon off here as a 1, 2, 1, 2, boom. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, we have that divergence here going, which is nice. There's also a chance that this is just a 3-way structure already completed. ABC hit the 0.618, which is making it like as a possibility even. Because there is always a possibility that we're just getting a 3-wave here, a 3-wave here, and then another 3-wave here. And as this first structure is not really clearly impulsive, it's just might not be worth the risk. PLTR, Palantir. I think I had it somewhere here. Palantir. I haven't watched this for quite some time, I don't think. Oof, yeah, this is very ugly. Very early on, I had this created. March 1, 2. Just looking at wave 4 potential here. Check out log scale. I need to go in just a moment. 1. Where's the 1? Where's the 1 here? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A. Okay, we have already taken out the lows. This looks like 3. Okay, so the idea was that we were looking for potential wave 4, like that, and then looking for potential wave 5 here. And this is definitely not an ABC, I don't think. This is just on the wrong spot. So is this. So this was the count here. Let's get rid of log scale. So the idea was that wave C would be here with an expanding diagonal, making it a bit less likely, but again that's the only one that we have here. And then we'd be looking for a 5th wave. Not the best here. Okay, can't really be a 3-way structure, so there is, I guess we could have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No divergence here though, so it's not a pretty structure in either case. A 3-way pullback, and now we could be looking for a continuation to the downside here. I think that is the best I could be looking at here. Again, Palantir looks like it is very much like working like a shit coin with these pumps and dumps, massive pumps and dumps, all the way constantly, like 13%. Look at even this wick here that we had. 6% wick in 3 minutes. It's probably like a few seconds, to be honest. Yeah. Liquidation wick right at 11. is that like right? Yeah, that's the market open. The no, it's not. No, yeah, it is. The extended hours, I think. Market open. Pump and dump. There's probably some kind of news somewhere that pump dump. And yeah, it's not really something that I would like to trade, because on some exchanges those wicks are way more than they are showing on the charts. So yeah, that's how you liquidate people who were going short here. Boom, down. Not shown on this, of course. But yeah, my idea here would be that we would be looking for downside, one more leg. It's really super bullish, or super bearish though, on log scale as well, unfortunately. I don't know if this is going to ever survive anything. Because if this is indeed is a 5-way move, it needs to be a start or an end of something. And this is all the data we got. 5-way over here, and we have taken out the origin of it here. So how can we be bullish on the higher time frame? I don't know if we can. Check out Nifty for just a moment if this loads. Had an idea here, looking for longs, and it is still looking like it is very much of a possibility. I can't trade this myself, so I'm not keeping track of it, but it looks like a 5-wave here. Looking for one more high though, and then some kind of correction here for the wave B. It's still on track, same as we had previously. And then that would be wave X or wave B, depending on how high it goes. And then you would be correcting or continuing this structure downwards. That's the idea here on Nifty. But I think that is pretty much going to do it. I need to go in 15 minutes, so that's why I'm ending it a bit short here. Well, 1 hour 30 minutes in any case. So we covered quite a few assets. You can feel free to scroll through the ones you want. But yeah, I think that's going to do it again for this live stream. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. If you're interested in learning more, check out the Patreon, check out the Udemy, and for the trade setups and more education as well, check out CTC. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.